Today, we're going to talk about the three uncomfortable truths that save startups. If your startup success depends on your first idea being perfect, I've got news for you. You're already losing. Today, I'm giving you three tough truths I tell founders that sting a little but save a lot. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Phil Masiello, entrepreneur, brand builder, and coach. I've helped scale consumer brands for years, and I also host Crunching Your Growth TV show on E360 TV. My job as a coach isn't to cheerlead your fantasy, it's to get you to the finish line faster with fewer scars. So let's get into the three truths I tell every entrepreneur. Truth one, your initial idea is probably wrong. Founders fall in love with solutions. The market doesn't care about your romance, it cares about its pain. Your first idea is a hypothesis, not a prophecy. Three rules that keep you honest. One, you'll need to pivot. Let's understand one thing about the pivot. You're not changing your mind, you're just changing your model. The market is a lab, not a courtroom. Treat early feedback like lab data, no ego, just evidence of what works and what doesn't, what your customers like and don't like. Number two, focus on the problem, not a solution. Always ask, what's the intolerable inconvenience in my target customer's day? If you can't describe that pain in a sentence a 12-year-old understands, then you don't know it yet. Understanding this problem will be so important when you build your marketing strategy. And three, embrace learning velocity. Your early game is not about being right, it's learning fast. Test everything inexpensively, make changes, listen to the feedback, and speak to as many customers as you can. You want to kill slow learning. You want to learn fast. Now I want you to grab a sheet of paper. I want you to write down each assumption you made about your business. For example, the target customer was an assumption, the price point was an assumption, the size of the addressable market was an assumption. Any assumption you made. Now, next to each assumption, I want you to write, if this assumption is false, then the business breaks. Circle the top two, design a test you can run in the next 7 days. That's your sprint. When we were in the skincare business, we made an assumption early on in our beauty brand that women wanted to know about the ingredients and why they were better, more natural, more organic, raw. We focused our entire pitch around this. At the end of the day, once we launched, we found out women didn't care. What they cared about was, how will this product make me look and feel younger? How will this product eliminate fine lines and wrinkles? You always want to listen to the feedback and make adjustments. Once we made those adjustments to the messaging, that's when we started to see results. Data is worth more than pride, so be prepared to be wrong. Bottom line, the winners aren't the ones who were right early. They're the ones who were less wrong faster. Truth number two, funding isn't validation, revenue is. Raising capital feels like a trophy. It's actually a timer. Entrepreneurs look at funding like a badge of honor. Getting 1,000 customers to buy your product is a badge of honor and validation. Investment is just trust, not success. A check says, we believe you can figure it out, not you figured it out, now you're ready to go. Revenue is the only scoreboard. If real customers pay real money repeatedly, you've touched value. Everything else is storytelling, and the clock is ticking. Every dollar extends runway, but compresses decision time. Investors didn't remove pressure, they multiplied it. Here's three practical behavioral tips when you run a company. Milestone your spending, not calendar spending. Tie your cash burn to learning or revenue milestones. Keep your KPIs alive. Know months to profitability at your current customer acquisition cost versus long-term value. Update this monthly. Obsess the path to orders. Simplify the customer purchase process. Remove any friction. Here's a quick field test. Explain your revenue engine without slides in 30 seconds. Who pays, why, how often, at what margin? If you can't say it clean, you can't scale it. Open your pricing page or sales deck. Highlight anything that is about you instead of about outcomes. Write this one line. We help customer X go from pain, the problem, to desired outcome in X time frame. So you have to fill that in. We help you fill in your customer, go from you fill in the pain to desired outcome, you fill that in X time frame. Bottom line, capital fuels momentum, revenue proves validation. Truth number 3, building a team is harder than building the product. Code compiles, humans, not so much. So your real leverage is people and culture. We talk a lot about AI taking over job functions, but we still need people to manage AI and manage the guardrails and the processes that come along with AI. AI should be treated as a function within a company like finance operations. It's not an app and it's not a one button saves all. So you need to build a team. Hiring is high stakes. Your first 5 hires, they're going to set your culture. So you want to hire for rate of learning, ownership, and values fit. A brilliant jerk is a silent tax on everything and everybody. You must become a manager and a leader. Your job shifts from doer to multiplier. That means delegation and clear outcomes and not tasks. Done looks like X done by Y. Motivation, you tie work to the mission and measurable wins. Conflict, surface it early, debate ideas, protect people. Vision, repeat the why so often your team can lip sync it. Culture is not a perk list. It's not about ping pong tables and massage chairs. It's what your team actually does under pressure. So write down 5 behaviors you'll protect, even if it costs you short-term results. That's culture. Now, I'm not a big fan of useless meetings. I think companies that are meeting intensive have terrible cultures. It stops people from actually achieving results. So here's my suggested meeting schedule in any company. Weekly, we have leadership stand-up, generally Monday mornings. You talk about the top 3 priorities for the week. What are the blockers? What are the decisions that have to be made? But everybody's standing up. And the reason you want to do that, it keeps everybody on their toes, keeps everybody thinking. Bi-weekly, one-on-ones focused on outcomes and growth, not status updates. Monthly, you do a retrospective, what to start, what to stop, what to continue. Quarterly, you do a strategy reset, what we learned, what we're betting on next. Startups should always manage quarterly. You want to have your 1-year, your 5-year plan, but you manage it quarterly because opportunities will arise that you didn't want to miss. Problems will occur that weren't anticipated. Revenue objectives, revenue sources may come up that weren't budgeted for, and revenue is too valuable to wait a year to review. So here's a mini exercise for you. I want you to write down one sentence. As CEO, my job this quarter is to remove X bottleneck. If you can't name it, it might be you. Let me tell you a quick story that illustrates that point. We had a startup client. The founder had gone from 0 to 20 million in 4 years, but after 4 years, he was stuck for the next 2 years, hovering around 20 million, couldn't get past it. They had a brand, but they also sold their product in bulk. And the founder had hired an A++ player to handle the bulk sales. This guy was a powerhouse. I knew him. I knew him from the industry. It was unbelievable. And by all rights, this person should have been making headway, and they weren't. So they brought us in to figure out the issue. And we set up a 2-day offsite. Within 3 hours, we found the bottleneck. It was the founder. He wanted to be on every single sales call with the A++ player. And that meant that the A++ player had to work around the founder's schedule and not the prospect schedule. Meanwhile, the founder's running operations, he's running finance, he's running marketing, he's running purchasing, and everything else that a founder runs. So we spent the rest of the 2 days focused on getting him to see himself as the issue. Once he backed off, and this is no lie, the A++ player started booking huge contracts. He doubled their sales in 2 years. Doubled their sales in 2 years. So the bottom line, products get you noticed, but teams keep you in business. So let's recap the 3 truths, shall we? Number 1, your first idea is a starting line. It's not the end zone. 2, revenue is the only validation that matters. And 3, your team is the ultimate unfair advantage. So if you want help turning these from quotes into execution, drop truths in the comments and I'll send you my Founder's Reality Checklist, the exact prompts I use with clients to plan the next 30 days. So subscribe for more straight talk that actually moves revenue, not ego. And I'll see you next time.